What up? What up? It's your boy Chief Exec TV, man. Hey, we got another one. It's gang war in Brooklyn, New York, New York City. Shout out to New York. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Well, shit, all over New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's your boy Chief Exec. Want you to like, comment, subscribe. We about to get on this. We about to get on the story about this deadly war in Brooklyn between Cripsets and GDs. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what this is about, man.
Today, we back in Brooklyn for an announcement. A prominent Brooklyn drill rapper used his music career to fuel bloodshed in the borough by offering up cash and jewelry in exchange for acts of violence, prosecutors alleged Tuesday, as they announced a 140-count indictment against more than 2 dozen gang members. Rapper Michael Williams, whose stage name is Chef G, was among 32 members of the 8 Trey Crips and affiliate gang. The 9 ways hit with charges, including second-degree murder, attempted murder, conspiracy, weapons possessions, assault, attempted assault, kidnapping, gang assault, and related raps,
Damn.
according to the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. Instead,
God damn, these niggas ain't playing out here. What the fuck they got going on? Niggas are serious.
of using his fame and his fortune for the betterment of himself and his family and those close to him, we allege that he used that fame and fortune to elevate gang violence in Brooklyn, the DA said at a press conference announcing the takedown. Chef G, 24, known as a leader in the Brooklyn drill movement, encouraged gun-fueled gang violence by offering incentives like money and expensive jewelry to his pals, prosecutors alleged. The key areas of focus were the 8 Trey Crips based out of Flatbush, Caton 8 Trey Crips, East Flatbush, 40's 8 Trey Crips, and Canarsie, 8O's Flossie 8 Trey Crips. 8 Trey Crips and 9 Ways gangs utilized stolen cars and guns to commit drive-by shootings for territory domination from the Folk Nation gangster disciples and the insane Crips, the Babies. On October 21, 2020, a Brooklyn drive-by in which 6 people were shot, 1 fatally, appeared to be the case of the gang war. The Brooklyn shooting, near Hawthorne Street and Nostrand Avenue in Prospect Lefferts Gardens, took the life of a 23-year-old man struck in the chest and wounded 5 other people about 10:15 p.m. Surveillance video obtained by the Daily News shows a white sedan back onto the sidewalk moments before the violence erupted. The video shows 2 shooters stick guns out of the front and back driver's side windows, while a third person pops out of the sunroof. All 3 open fire at once, unleashing a barrage of bullets. The victim who died, Theodore Sr., was affiliated with a gang known as Folk Nation, or Gangster Disciples, cops said. 3 of the wounded men were linked to the same gang. A 29-year-old man struck in the left leg, a 27-year-old man hit in the groin, and a 28-year-old man grazed in the back. They were listed in stable condition at Kings County Hospital. The other victims, a 29-year-old woman and a 26-year-old man.
Oh yeah, these niggas out here busting. That is not playing.
Had no gang connections. Another vehicle, a SUV, can be seen blocking off traffic, assisting the White Infinity in the shooting. They are making sure no one can come down the street. Commander Takadu is said to be the one that sprayed his gun from the sunroof of the White Infinity, while 2 others fired shots from the driver's window and the rear driver's side window. The shooters got away that night. 2 days after the ambush by 8 Trey Crips and rival Folk Nation, Chef G treated members of the 2 affiliate gangs to a lavish dinner at a Manhattan steakhouse to celebrate the shooting spree. Takadu is not a stranger to crime, though. In 2018, a 34-year-old man was delivering food to a home when Takadu, who was 17 at the time, along with 2 others, approached him outside the home and held him to the ground at 12:15 p.m. The trio stole cash and a cell phone from the man's pockets and fled in his vehicle, a Toyota RAV4. A short time later,
What I don't seem to understand is why is y'all going after innocent people? It ain't got nothing to do with the streets. You mean to tell me y'all gonna rob a pizza man? Like, That's not gangster, man. That's not gangster at all.
Later, the Toyota was involved in a crash on the Sun State Parkway near Bethpage Parkway. Following the crash, the three fled the scene. A passing driver, who saw the crash and stopped to help, saw the group fleeing into the woods. Police would spot them and lose sight of them before ultimately catching them a little bit later in a nearby yard. Chef G is not a want-to-be drill rapper, but a legitimate person who made it good, Gonzalez said, noting Chef G has gold records, a lot of money and millions of monthly listeners, and over 100 million views on social media, as well as a very large rental house in Short Hills, New Jersey. Chef G allegedly bankrolled members of 8 Trey Crips by offering them cash and jewelry for violence. Gonzalez said that the gang members, including another rapper, Tegan Sleepy Hollow Chambers, are charged with committing 27 acts of violence and crime between March 2019 through the present, including using stolen cars during shootings to grow their territory and grow their reputation. The gang used roughly 37 firearms, 19 of which were recovered by law enforcement, to carry out 12 shootings of 13 victims, including 3 innocent bystanders, the DA said. Many of their crimes were caught on surveillance videos, and the members also boasted about their crimes on social media and in text messages, taking credit for certain shootings and assaults, prosecutors claim. On April 4th or 5th, Chef G's house in Short Hill, New Jersey was shot up. There was family members in his house at the time of the shooting. Chef G and others felt like someone gave up his address. Do you see this car here? It's an upscale Jeep Cherokee. It was alleged to be used to retaliate against whoever gave the address up to his house. Chef G and his sister's boyfriend spoke about the potential suspect. They surmised that a fellow gang member had betrayed them, giving up the address to the rival members of the insane Crips gang, the Babies. 8 Trey and 9 Way would end up spending months trying to catch this guy and get revenge. A day or two after the shooting at the home, on April 6, 2021, they retaliated against the rivals responsible. During the shooting, a 53-year-old man and a 43-year-old woman were struck by stray bullets. People in the nearby park scattered, children included. The shots came from 3 gang members, who then hopped in a getaway car being driven by Chef G, the DA alleged. The shooters involved is Oliver, who is the sister's boyfriend, and
I'm saying though, why do they always do this shit around a bunch of innocent people? They don't have shit to do with the fuck the beef or beefing with. It's not gangsta at all. Niggas just be out here just doing reckless shit, man.
two of Chef G's cousins, Tony and Kenrick. Evidence points to the getaway car being the Jeep Cherokee from the video we showed prior. It was ditched in Manhattan. Chef G and 3 others texted the next day about news articles of the shooting. On June 20, 2021, a group of 10 8 Trey Crips brutally beat up the fellow member they thought had betrayed Chef G. The group came up on the target in a 3-car caravan near Flatbush Avenue and Albemarle Road, where they began beating him before throwing him in the car and continuing the assault later near a cemetery, prosecutors allege. The group beat, kicked and stomped the victim until they were finally stopped when the cops arrived, the DA claims. The video is too graphic, but he was almost beaten to death, only inches from losing his life. A random person is the one who called the police. Sometime after this, according to recovered text messages, Chef G and his sister's boyfriend again spoke about the rival who shot his house up. Ultimately, Chef G told his sister's boyfriend that he had $5,000 for him if, quote unquote, this gets done. A shooting would take place later that same day. The gang was driving a wide SUV when they spotted one of the rival insane Crips. While making a left turn, a shooter in the car shot the man 7 times at point-blank range without getting out. The victim would have multiple surgeries and ended up surviving the shooting. Chef G was locked up on an unrelated gun charge before this happened. While locked up, he continued to speak with Sleepy Hollow about activity with the gang. He was worried about what was on his cell phone and asked Sleepy Hollow to wipe his phone for him of anything that could be incriminating. Sleepy agreed to do it, but we are not sure if he got a chance to do that. Anyway, people involved will be arraigned and we will have more information down the line. But this about wraps it up for this one, and as always, stay low and thanks for watching.